Good morning, everybody. Frag Stocks here. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Just coming on to hit on a couple topics. HE, again, if you guys don't follow the Maui fire team or you don't follow Hawaiian Electric, you should. If you're in the play, Hawaiian Electric posted this 17 hours ago. 11A Maui outage update. Temporary poles have been installed in Lahaina. Overhead poles are being used as an interim solution in order for customers in Lahaina to safely receive electricity. Learn more at hawaiianelectric.co. You can go there and read about it. So they're already starting to restore areas of Lahaina with power. The 98 million, I don't know if it's reached the island yet from the federal government, but if it does, I believe most of it's probably going to infrastructure. Pretty concerning that the government and the White House only allotted 98 million when there's 5.5 billion in damages. It's going to be a really hard thing. 2,200 homes are burned down, 5.5 billion in damages, and the government's only sent 98 million so far for infrastructure. I do believe when we find out who the allotted insurers are, the insurers of most of the homes in the area, we're going to see a lot of people from Lahaina claim that the insurance company is not going to pay them out top dollar for their homes. They're not going to be able to rebuild. Building costs are through the roof right now, and to get that much material to Maui in that short amount of time is going to take a lot of work. It's going to be a long time to recover, and it's going to be hard for these people. So we're going to do what we can to help. I've been watching the thing with Oprah and The Rock, and apparently they said they put around $2 to $5 million in setting up the infrastructure for this big charity they're trying to do, and they're basically earning like nothing so far. I mean, it's just so cringy. Oprah's got more money than God. Why didn't The Rock and Oprah just lead by example and donate directly to the fund? Like, I'm not saying they have to, but I mean, Oprah's got so much money. She gives away free cars on her TV show and whatnot. I don't get what they were trying to accomplish here by spending millions to set up an infrastructure for a charity. Why not just donate money and say, hey, we set up this GoFundMe, very grassroots. The money doesn't go through us at all. We've both put X amount in there. Maybe I would have got with that, but it was a very politicalized, not politicalized, but televised, like, look at us, we're here. I mean, technically, in my opinion, Oprah is a land grabber in Hawaii. She's from the mainland and she's got $1 million homes in Hawaii. It was just really cringy to me. So, anyways, Hawaiian Electric crews continuing to safely restore electricity to businesses in West Maui that have completed checking their equipment and received approval from the County Emergency Operations Center for re-energization. Blech. Temporary poles, of some of which were shipped from Hawaii Island and Oahu, and with more expected in the coming weeks, have been installed in Lahaina in order to allow customers who can safely receive electricity to get access to power. As the Maui community discusses what the future of its energy delivery system will look like, overhead poles are being used as an interim solution in order for customers in Lahaina to safely receive electricity. Hawaiian Electric is committed to supporting Maui and the people of Hawaii for long term and looks forward to being part of the rebuilding process. And there's more updates here too. Wind response, Hawaiian Electric. Lots of information there. Really seems to me like Hawaiian Electric very much believes they're in the clear. Somebody made a good point the other day that all these electric car fires that have been happening lately in the United States is a very interesting thing to point out, because the 85-mile-plus-an-hour winds that came through Lahaina, that came through Maui, pushed trailers and cars and all kinds of stuff around over on the roads and stuff. And somebody said it's very possible that an electric car may have caught on fire during that period. So, I don't know. The ATF investigation, they left the island. I believe they said they left the island and they are compiling their report to hand over to the Maui Fire Department. So it's very important to follow the Maui Fire Department too, guys. Everybody should be following them. Hopefully they'll post the results of the report, come out with their own findings, and we'll see what happens with Hawaiian Electric. Now, in the terms of Alex Jones, right now, it looks to me, just understanding how Musk has worked in the past, and the pattern and behavior that I've seen him follow, that Alex Jones probably will be reinstated to Twitter. Alex Jones, and here's terrible 808, Alex Jones defends the ADL's First Amendment right, yet isn't allowed to be part of conversation on Twitter. The ADL has come under fire lately, and let me go to the Twitter. I think they've got a Twitter feed. They've come under fire lately, and even Musk has criticized them. Very serious problem with the ADL working to get people banned from social media platforms, and they've admitted it. It's really wild. And here's Lucas Gage. The ADL lies and claims the 5 dancing Israelis is just a conspiracy theory. We not only have police and FBI reports, photos, and even Haaretz reports, we have them admitting being there documenting the event. And so there's a lot of things coming out, and even Musk has tweeted. It was under another tweet, and let me see if I can find it. Musk has tweeted how anti-Semitic the ADL is. And in that, it was under a post with Alex Jones, or not with Alex Jones, but people coming out to say, should Alex Jones be reinstated? And I say yes. If you can have people like Stephen King, and you can have basically, when the Biden administration press secretary posted a post that should have went on POTUS's page under her own page, and they've basically, in my opinion too, been lying about every piece of economic data that's come out and over the last year, because they say inflation's getting better and CPI's coming down and unemployment's doing good. The problem is we're not creating more jobs. People are working 3 jobs. Gas and food are hitting near all-time highs again, but they're saying CPI is better. It's all false. There is no way that any student who's taken Econ 101 from a legitimate teacher can look at CPI and can look at inflation and can look at jobs data and go, yeah, this is looking really good, because everything's getting way more expensive. There's a key indicator here. When you're in high inflation and jobs data gets better and unemployment goes down, but you're really not adding new jobs, that's a key indicator of a potential market crash. When unemployment goes way down and empty jobs goes down and more people go back to work, and we notice that people are working 2 to 3 jobs, that is a key indicator of a coming economic crash, because there's still a lot of people not working, and it's people working 2 to 3 jobs because everything is so expensive. That's the only way they can afford it. So in my opinion, when you have people like Nina Turner, who's an absolute psychopath, and Stephen King, who I think actually just probably has issues, can post insane things on Twitter about extreme leftism politics, then Alex Jones should be able to be on here and talk about his conspiracy theories and whatever it is, and said not. There's enough people doing it anyways. Like, why not? Basically, Twitter as a whole should basically focus on threats of life, child human trafficking, stuff like that. A lot of the LGBTQ stuff that goes on here is literally intended to groom children, telling them to run away from home from their parents. And those people can be on here, but Alex Jones can't. So Elon Musk, I really hope that he comes back and reinstates Alex Jones. Now, everybody's already heard of Burning Man, and I want to talk about it just for a minute, because the media is playing this up so much that it's a national disaster, and now Ebola is breaking out and all this crazy shit's happening. These people are still out there partying, man. Like, literally. There's live videos coming from the ground, thanks to Twitter, thanks to YouTube, of people saying it sucks, we're in trouble, but we're still going to keep partying, we're going to band together, help everybody, we're going to try to survive this and still have a good time. And I feel like this is nothing but taking the attention off of Maui and what's about to happen. And that, in my opinion, the federal government is going to back HE, and I believe rightfully this time, but HE, because BlackRock is a massive investor in Hawaiian Electric, and a lot of people on the island that are in the government are investors in Hawaiian Electric. So we'll see what happens, but I believe this Burning Man thing is basically just nothing but MSM ploys to get all our attention off everything. And there's tons of videos popping up online. I actually wrote a couple people and said, why is the U.S. Army not using Burning Man as a training aid? This is a perfect opportunity for the U.S. Army to train in an environment that's much like Iraq during the wet season. Take helicopters out, airdrop MREs, airdrop food, airdrop blankets, just basic stuff these people could use out there. And it would not only be like a cool thing for the U.S. military to help U.S. citizens for once, which they all want to. The U.S. soldiers want to do good things for America, but it's like the government won't allow it to. But they could be doing some awesome training missions right here, and it's not being utilized, and it blows my mind. Like, this would be awesome. The people would be like, oh man, the U.S. Army went out and like helped people out at Burning Man, and it's just really cool. It would be awesome. And soldiers would get some really life experience in training in an environment like that, which they're very, very sorely lacking right now because all our soldiers are busy on TikTok. So that's kind of crazy. And I do believe, just for an update, and it does affect everybody on a macro level, uh, there's still hurricanes going on. There's a super typhoon on the other side of the world. But Idalia, I'm guessing it's already cleared most of the side, one side of Florida. Let's go to the Weather Channel. Let's see where they're sitting right now. And are they talking another hurricane already? Our friend PJ's in Florida right now, so let's see where the hurricane's sitting. It's already gone? Maybe it already rolled through quicker than I thought. I got pretty hammered the other day, but you guys can see in Nevada where it's just raining like freaking crazy. A lot of leftover stuff from Hurricane Hillary that rolled through. Looks like some more stuff forming in the Gulf. I don't know if that's a Dahlia up there now. If it's already rolled through. It did. That was really quick. So either way, hurricanes, great effect on the economy. Sometimes the big ones cause macro events where the market takes a downside due to investor fears. But that's where we're sitting. Real quick, we'll just go to Adam Aaron. I had a tweet that I put on his page. What's up, Pyro? The last tweet he did, again, he's not confronting his shareholders. He's just gloating about a success that really is not a success. I mean, it is, but not. He's hurt his shareholders so bad that anything he claims is good for the business at this point is just, it's rubbing it in our faces. Well, I guess you now all realize exactly why I had a keen interest in attending Taylor Swift's mesmerizing the Eras Tour concert back in early July, because Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie is going to be playing in theaters and AMC theaters, and it earned $25 million on the first day. Now, this is really good for AMC theaters. This thing is going to earn so much money, it's going to be ridiculous. The problem is, Adam Aaron could have came out with this before the ape conversion. There are still shareholders that do not have their shares. And of course, you're going to see a bunch of people talking under my tweet, which I did. This tweet got 542 likes. May end up be working on some close to a ratio. Be cool if you had a keen interest in your retail investors who lost 70% in the last 30 days. Some folks still don't even have their shares converted. Lost their shares or had to watch as AMC dumped 30% post-convert while they couldn't sell. Yet here you are, nothing. That tweet did really good, and that's good. That means people are keying up to the fact that Adam Aaron is really ripping people off here. Now, I will say, in my opinion, and I'm actually kind of mad I let go of my shares. I think I was around 1340. I thought about getting back in down here, and I should have nailed those call options, but I was getting wrapped up in the HE play, and then boom, we ran 30%, and now it's kind of trickling around at these levels that we claimed as old resistance and support in the past. And I have a good feeling that this, which is now formed a bear flag in my opinion, is going to eventually try to work its way back to 1680. Let's go a little lower. Let's get this support right here. 1630, $16 range. This thing could pop up, do another 20-30% run, recover. $16.30, $16 range. and end up in a good position for a lot of people who bought Ape. And everybody who was talking shit about Ape not converting properly, now I'm getting nothing but emails and messages from people going, hey, Spence, thank you for telling me to buy Ape. Not only did I get a better cost average after the conversion happened, but they bought the dip of AMC post conversion and are now sitting in a position where they could technically break even if this thing runs back to 16, which I could definitely see this happening, this running back to 16, maybe even potentially shooting for a gap fill back up to 20. It's hard to call it a gap fill because it was a reverse split conversion, but it is potentially possible that this pops up, hits 16, tries to form a cup into a handle and breaks out, and hopefully people get some of their money back. So there it is, guys. Wanted to do a quick update. You got some HE news, you got some Burning Man news. Hurricane Idalia in Florida looks like it went through without any major damages. Keep in mind, though, too, that Las Vegas, Nevada, not just the Burning Man area, but Las Vegas was flooding bad. So we have 3-4 different natural disasters that are happening all at once in succession, and it does have a big effect on the overall market. So what I'm going to be watching for next week, I'm going to be watching IDEX price action. They are delinquent. They are up for delisting. The chart looks like it wants to just freaking absolute falling knife, fall off, go back under $1. If they delist or they get hit again for their delinquency and filing their 10Q, this thing is going to go under $2. I'm looking to exercise my puts there, go short the stock. HE, we're really hoping Tuesday open that this thing gaps up, pops up. Maybe not gap up, but pops up out of the big bull flag cup and handle, whatever it was it's forming, and retakes this level back at 21 to form a larger cup over the daily, over a 30-day period or a 15-day period. Handle, breakout back to 31 for the gap fill, which is going to be a big win. Then I'm going to take some of my wins, send it over directly to a GoFundMe to some a charity in Lahaina, which is going to be good. TMF, still doing great. Broke its uptrend, but it is trying to find support. It is trying to find support on an old line, which is now formed almost a triple bottom. We'll call it a double bottom there. But bounces and continues its uptrend and works towards new highs to 660. That would be great. I'm going to continue to load shares because now Zillow has reported, and this is important. I almost forgot to tell you guys this. I tweeted about it last night. Excuse me. Notably, Zillow has also pledged to cover 2% of the down payment at the closing stage per Bloomberg, right? But Zillow to offer a 1% down payment loan program and 2% of the down payment at the closing. And in my opinion, it's because Zillow bought too many homes at the wrong time. They're getting ready to try to offload homes by giving out basically free money, but they need to offload these properties because we're at a housing peak. They know the property values are going to drop. So what do? They create these horrible programs that basically target underqualified first-time homeowners or homeowners who think they're going to open up an Airbnb at the peak of the housing market when China's economy is getting ready to fall off completely. The Canadian housing market is absolutely going to tank. In California, San Francisco, New York, just different cities in the big states with lots of commercial real estate's getting ready to fall off too. They're going to offer these programs just like Rocket was saying. I believe it was Rocket saying they were only requiring 1% down. They're doing this to lock people into homes that are extremely overvalued so they can get them off their books. They're going to cause a disaster. People are buying homes for $300,000 at 8.5% interest. That gives you like a $3,200 home mortgage payment, and most of it's interest. So watch out for this. I'm going to be looking for a lot of real estate deals after the market crashes, especially around my hometown. I'm going to try to find some by the lake. But here in Albuquerque, I'm going to be looking for land. It's going to be a good deal for people who are prepared in cash. And again, on that, that's good for TMF. That's good for treasuries. Because what's going to happen when housing collapses, banks are going to take a hit. Commercial real estate's going to take a hit. loans are going to fall off. Banks are touting all-time high revenues because they're giving out shitty, shady loans. This is what they do. So when that happens and banks' earnings fall off, big money is not going to want to keep their money in banks. They're going to want to put it in treasuries because it's safer and they earn a better interest rate. When it does, TMF's going to go through the roof, in my opinion. So, anyways, there's the Monday update. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Please be safe. You know, prayers to Lahaina. Be safe out at Burning Man. Florida folks, hope you guys are doing good. And folks in Arizona, or not Arizona, Nevada, Las Vegas, you know, don't try to cross the flooding rivers and stuff. That's like the number one cause of drowning. When it floods, it happens in Texas all the time. Is people try to drive through water they think is low, and then boom, it's over the top of your car, and you're sitting underwater talking to SpongeBob and Patrick. So, anyways, everybody be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Market opens tomorrow. I'll be up first thing in the morning, ready to go on any HE news. I really hope we pop up in the morning. It does to me look like we're going to start. The chart pattern looks very mirrored here. From here to here, right deadline center, it looks like it's mirroring its own chart pattern on the downside back to the upside. So we could have a nice 30-40% run back up to 21 into a cup, and we'll retake these levels here. Let's just do a little cup and handle charting. So it looks like we could potentially do this, in my opinion. We're already here. We come over just a little bit more, then we start popping up, and then we get big pops back up to 21, come back down, retest 20, and then we have a big candle to gap fill back to 31 in the coming days. That's my opinion. It looks like it's mirroring its downside back to the upside. So good luck, everybody. RWK88, what's up, man? Yeah, I just figured I'd come do an update. We talked a little bit about Terra, Alex Jones possibly being reinstated, housing with Zillow, Hawaiian Electric website, Hawaiian Fire Department, Maui Fire Department on Twitter. So important to follow those guys if you're in the play. Either way, everybody have a good weekend. I'm going to go drink my coffee that should be sitting in my French press right now. So be safe, have fun. Ruggy Stonks out.